Well, Halfmilesniper here, and this morning we're on our way to the gun shop to pick up my new rifle. So, sit back, kick your feet up, enjoy the ride. So just to give you a brief rundown of how things work in California, Stan, since 2014, every gun purchased through an FFL, well, has to be purchased through an FFL. There's no face-to-face sales in this state. And every gun, pistol, long gun, shotgun, doesn't matter, has to be registered with the state. And to compound the whole situation, doesn't matter that I have a CCW, doesn't matter that I have a certificate of eligibility, which is a yearly background check through the state of California. Doesn't matter that I have an FFL, because I have an 03 FFL, which is for collectors, curios, and relics. I can't deal, I can't accept or do transfers, but that's beside the point. Fact is, they know all this about me. They also know that I have a safe full of guns. Yet, I still have to go through a 10-day waiting period to cool off, just in case I'm going to do something stupid. Now, state already knows I have a bunch of guns. They know I'm not going to do something stupid. Why do I have to wait another 10 days? In the whole big picture, it doesn't hurt me one bit, because, well, I'm waiting for parts to come in so I can build this rifle up. But that's just a quick rundown of how it goes in California. So I'm going to turn the camera off, concentrate on driving, because it's a Saturday morning and all the Sunday drivers are out early. And I'm going to get to the gun shop. Not going to show you the gun shop or inside the gun shop, because I don't want to get a strike for promoting a gun sale or anything. And we will talk about the item on our way home. Alrighty, y'all. Well, we are done at the gun shop. I have my barreled action on the back seat. We're going to head home and get things set up. Show you what we're putting together. So just a little bit longer. Probably got about 10 minutes to get home. So we'll see you in a few. Alrighty, y'all. Well, we made it home, and we have our brand new. See if I can get this out. Barreled action. Got this from Brownells. Got a smoking price, $480 for a 24-inch heavy barrel in 6.5 PRC. And I also got this. A brand new Oryx chassis. Try to get it out of the plastic here. A brand new MDT Oryx chassis. So today we're going to take a look down the bore of this brand new rifle, take a look at the rifling, see how it does compared to Savage. If I didn't say this was a Howa 1500 barreled action. So give me a minute to kind of get things arranged, and I'll bring you right back. Alrighty, y'all, so that was like perfect timing. The mailman just got here, and I have my rail to mount on the receiver now. So other than pulling it out at the gun shop just to verify the serial number, this is the first time it's coming out of the bag. Now what we have is a nice blued Howa 1500 bolt action rifle chambered in 6.5 PRC with a 1 1/8" twist barrel. What I want to do right off the bat is we're going to pull the bolt and we're going to take a look down the bore and see how this bore looks fresh from the factory. We know what the Bear Creek Arsenal bore looked like on the 350 Legend fresh from the factory. We know what the Savage Impulse looked like fresh from the factory. We're going to take a look at this one. Let's see if we notice any difference. I already have the bore scope set up, so give me a minute to get things lined up and start recording. Okay, it says we're recording. Here we go. We're already in the chamber. There's the shoulder. There's the throat. One of the other things I want to do today, I have a resized case. Viewer Randall sent me some 6.5 PRC brass. Thank you, Randall. I have cleaned, annealed, resized, and trimmed that brass to the minimum trim length. I want to see what kind of room we have at the throat. Now, well, it does appear to have been test fired. I see just a little bit of copper there. But it sure doesn't look all grungy like the Savage Impulse did. That thing was as dirty as having a 40 rounds shot through it. Rifling looks very nice and sharp. Just a little track of copper, maybe a little bit of carbon, but I guarantee that is most likely just from the test firing. I do believe this is also the longest bore or barrel I have on a rifle. This one comes in at 24 inches. A little flake of copper there at the crown. Okay, well, I'm going to shut the camera down. I'm going to give the bore a quick scrub. We'll take another look and then we'll start putting things together. Alrighty, we are back, and I ran a couple of wet patches with Gunzilla, ran a bore brush, then ran a couple of patches to dry it out. Let's see how this bore looks now. There's the throat. Still got a little copper in there, copper flakes. We'll end up giving it a little bit more of a clean, but this was just a quickie to see just how the bore looks. I'm going to say the darkness to the bore is whatever finish they have on the outside, we have on the inside. It was probably finished after it was rifled. That rifling looks so smooth compared to any of the Savages we looked at. It's almost as smooth as, or smoother than, my 350 Legend from Bear Creek. Very nice. Very good. Let me back out and we'll start putting things together. And those of y'all who've been watching for a while probably noticed something new on the bench here. I finally decided to get my hands on a Tipton gun vise. Give me an extra set of hands when I'm trying to work on a gun here, cleaning one up, rather than fighting with it and trying to keep it upright. I can use the vise to do that now. So what we're going to do is we're going to mount the action to the chassis. The chassis comes with new action bolts. I have to remove the bottom metal because the new chassis won't use that bottom metal. The new chassis uses a magazine. And with the YouTube rules the way they are, showing y'all how to do that somehow is going to constitute manufacturing a gun. I don't quite understand, but that seems to be what it is. So I'll bring you back after I have the action made it to the chassis. Alrighty, y'all. Well, I apologize for the change in audio. For some reason, the audio on my other camera just cut out. It's not my microphones, it's in the camera. So I've gone to backup camera, and hopefully this doesn't sound too bad. So we've got the Oryx chassis. We've got the long action Howa 1500. We converted it from a hinged bottom plate to a magazine fed. Magazines are available, but there's a secret on the magazines. If you go looking for 6.5 PRC magazines, you will find them. And they say they're for 300 Winchester short magnum or 6.5 PRC short action. Those magazines will not work. I called MDT since they make this chassis, they make the magazines, explained to them my issue, and they advised me that, oh no, you have to get the MDT 300 Win Mag 3.175 inch magazine. Once I got the right magazine, everything went together just fine. What we're going to do next is I am going to take a sized and trimmed case and I'm going to stick it in the chamber, and then we are going to come in with the bore scope and see how much room we have between the end of the case and the throat area. See if the minimum trim length is going to be too short, or if we need to let the brass grow a little bit. So I'll bring you right back, because I don't want YouTube thinking I'm loading a rifle when I put this empty case in. Okay, so we have the bore scope set up in the bore. Let me turn it on. We're only going to move a little bit, and we should see the throat. We should see the end of the case. We should see that little area between the end of the case and the beginning of the throat where we could get a carbon ring buildup. So let's take a look. There's our lead. There's the throat, and there's the case. Minimum trim length on these is 2.015 inches. Maximum case length is 2.03. So, looking at that, I think I can let the brass grow a little bit. Okay. Next, I'll show you how we're going to determine how long we're going to make our ammo. So, let's get the empty case out. Nice. Then we'll go back in the reloading block. And then what we have here is we have a OAL gauge, overall length gauge. It takes a modified rifle case, in this case a 6.5 PRC case. Looks just like this one here, except the bottom's been drilled out and it's been threaded. We thread it onto this nifty little red rod here, and we can take a bullet and it just drops right down into that case because the case mouth has no tension on it. So what we're going to do is we are going to remove the bolt, and then we're going to take this case and slide it in to the chamber. And now, I don't know if you can hear that since we don't have the good camera, but we are hard against the lands right there with that bullet. Now, I'm going to tilt that up, Let that come down. This rod, I pushed the bullet in as far as it'll go until it's touching the lands, and then I tightened that down. And now I have a bullet comparator. We know what we're looking for. Right now I want to start at 15 thousandths off the lands. Okay, we get 2.3815. 2.3815 to the lands. Since I want to be 15 off, we're going to set these to 2.38. We'll give those a try, and then we will, that's what we'll use to break the barrel in, and then we'll shoot a group. We'll then develop a load, and then we'll play with length and get that dialed in. Well, there we have it. We have our new rifle. We have our new rifle set in the chassis. We have our 20 MOA scope rail mounted, which that 20 MOA rail plus whatever elevation adjustment we can get out of whichever scope we put on here should allow us to reach out quite a long ways. If anybody's going to build a 6.5 PRC on the hollow frame and using one of these MDT chassis, you now know the secret to the magazine. You got to get the Winchester 300 Win Mag 3.175 inch metal mag, otherwise it will not work. I didn't say it before, but this rifle has a threaded barrel. We will put a brake on. I have a brake available. I will shoot it without the brake. I will put a brake on. Then I'll put another brake on. I'll put a brake on that works with my suppressor. So when I'm out of California and I have my suppressor, I can shoot this gun suppressed at distance. I apologize again for the change in the audio. My good camera, the microphone seems to have died, and I went to my backup camera. With all that being said, I really appreciate all y'all that hang out with me with the premieres and the chats, and I appreciate everybody that watches and comments and likes, and thank you so much for subscribing. We broke 2,200 subscribers today. Y'all are making me real happy. Hopefully, I'm keeping y'all a little bit entertained. I know I'm not out there running and gunning and whatnot. I'm shooting. And yeah, I can't get a new gun every episode. Even if I had the money to do that. In this state, I wouldn't be able to. You're only allowed one gun a month here, which is stupid. But I'm not wanting to get political. I can't wait till we can get this 6.5 PRC out to the range. We're going to break it in. We're going to do a very, very short break-in. I've never done a break-in before. It's only going to be a 20-round break-in. And we'll see how we can do it distance with this rifle. So until next time, remember, y'all need to stay strapped or get clapped. Get a CCW if you need one. If you're in a constitutional carry state, by all means, you should carry one. Nobody's coming. You are your own protection. It's all up to you. So until next time, this Halfmilesniper saying, y'all stay safe. Keep shooting. We'll catch you next time.
Send it.
Hit.